Hi, welcome back to Create, Sell, Bank. In this module, we're going to go over some common e-commerce definitions. We're going to leave some room for you to fill in others as we go through the course. So let's start. Web search engine. It's software designed to carry out web searches by searching the World Wide Web in a systematic way. Many of you are familiar with the various web search engines, and I'm not going to spend much time on it. It's just that we build on this when we start talking about the other definitions. Keywords. It's a particular word, phrase, or word grouping describing the contents of a web page. And these are keywords, and the topic of relating to keyword and keywords is hugely important as we move forward. And we're going to talk about that more as we go through. Now, search engine optimization, known as, or abbreviated as SEO. It refers to the various methods used to increase traffic to a website by increasing its search engine page rank. And one of the ways to do that is through keywords. So search engine marketing is the process by which various methods are utilized to improve market visibility for a brand, product, or service. Again, more on that later. I just want to get the definitions to you. Pay-per-click, or PPC. It's an online advertising model in which revenue is earned via qualifying sponsored click-through advertisements. An important part of gauging how successful your campaigns are is the click-through rate, or CTR. It's the number of user clicks on a web page ad compared to the total number of views of that particular ad. Now, the cost per action or cost per acquisition is called CPA. Of course, you all know the accounting version, certified public accountant. This is different, and it's an online advertising strategy that allows an advertiser to pay for a specific action from a prospective customer. Typically, that's done by a publisher that and you would be the publisher that would put up the CPA ad. Again, more on this later. Cost per impression, the CPI, or cost per 1,000, the CPM, the rate that an advertiser has agreed to pay per 1,000 views of a particular ad. Now, the M in CPM comes from the Roman numeral 1,000. So that's the, or the other way around. Roman numeral for 1,000 is M. So it's cost per 1,000 impressions. Three major classes that we're going to talk about in this class are physical products, information or digital products, and online services. Now, physical products are products that you can hold in your hand. They exist in physical form. Information or digital products, they're a class of products that exist in digital form, like PDF, manuals, audio podcasts, videos, etc. Contrast that with iPhones, iPads, cars, massage tables, whatever you want. Online services refers to information and services provided over the internet. Examples include search engine optimization, research, design, support, things that you can do for other customers. E-commerce. Now, the whole purpose of this was talking about e-commerce definitions or e-commerce related definition, and it means doing business primarily utilizing the internet. Some e-commerce businesses actually do make a profit, though most do not, surprisingly. And a lot of that comes from how much you put into it. But we'll just leave that there. Affiliate marketing. Now, this is the practice of receiving a commission for selling other companies' products using e-commerce. You don't touch the products. You basically just market the products. And when the customer buys from the vendor, you get an affiliate commission, or a commission called an affiliate commission. Online or e-commerce store. Now, this is a searchable collection of products or services that supports search and is connected to a secure payment processor like PayPal, Authorized.net, Stripe. This is what you see. You know, an e-commerce store is like in the Shopify, where you're looking for particular products, and you'll see a lot of, let's say, belts or shoes or sunglasses, various things like that. Arbitrage, huge, huge, huge concept. And it is the practice of taking advantage of a price difference between what you can buy a product for and what you can sell that same product for. Just to give an example, if you can buy a product from a particular manufacturer for $1, and you can turn around and you can sell it for $2, your arbitrage difference is that $1 difference. Cost of goods sold. It's the direct costs attributable to the production of goods sold. And it includes the cost of materials used in creating the good, along with direct labor costs used to produce the good. Cost of goods sold, or COGS, as it's often abbreviated, excludes indirect expenses such as distribution costs and sales force costs. Now, gross profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost of goods sold. So the GP is the price minus the COGS. The gross profit margin is the difference of the selling price and the cost of goods sold, that's up in the numerator, divided by the selling price and multiplied by 100%. When you talk to any investor, they are going to ask you about your margins. This is what they're talking about, the gross profit margin. Note that it depends on the selling price and it depends on your costs, or the COGS. If your selling price is really high and your COGS are low, your gross profit margin is going to be pretty high. Conversely, if it's the selling price is really close to the cost of goods sold, your margins are going to be near zero. And you want them to be high, not low. Sales, the activity or business of selling products or services, as differentiated from marketing. Oftentimes these will get grouped together, but the business process of creating relationships with and satisfying customers' needs. New product development, this is relating to the complete process of bringing a new product to market. There are dozens of steps that are involved in doing that. But when you talk about it, just understand that it is a process that involves multiple steps and iteration. Product support is a service that provides the end user with a resource for information regarding the product and help if the product should malfunction. This is really important. If you're developing your products and you're marketing your own products, you have to support them if something goes wrong with them. Now, these are all related to domains. Domain name is an identification string that defines a realm of administrative autonomy, authority, or control within the internet. An example domain is unm.edu, google.com. Those are, there's a main domain with the suffix put on it. The .edu is for an educational institution, .com, and there's many suffixes that can go on, and we'll talk about that in a later module. Subdomain name, it expresses the relative dependence, but not the absolute dependence on the domain name. So an example subdomain is echo.unm.edu. Note that the echo is in front of the domain name. And a domain name registrar is a company that manages the reservation of internet domain names. And you basically reserve them, you pay them some money, they hold it, and at the end of the time period, you can either renew that domain name or it will expire. It will go into the public domain where, it's not public domain, it can go where other people can buy that particular domain. A sales funnel, a really important concept that we're going to cover in Create Sell Bank is the multi-step path potential customers take from awareness through cultivation and finally to conversion. And ultimately from conversion, there's a feedback loop to awareness, cultivation, conversion, where you might sell them more of the same product or sell them products that are related. Email marketing is just like it sounds. It's the process of engaging your intended audience with product or service offers promoted using email lists that consist of users that have signed up or expressed an interest in the site. Landing page is a web page that displays either after clicking on a link from a call to action or is landed on as a result of an external call to action. It usually has one purpose, and that's what you're trying to do, whether it's to sell, to get people to sign up to your email newsletter, whatever. Design is the process of intentionally developing products or services that meet the needs of others. Closely coupled to innovation is the deliberate application of information, imagination, and initiative in deriving greater or different values by which new ideas are generated and converted into useful products. Now, both of those, design and innovation, there's intentional, deliberate that are in there. There are a lot of designs that come out, a lot of innovations that come about in a more random process. But for the purpose of definition, we're going to make it that you intend to develop a product and you have a deliberate application of informing input, information, imagination, and initiative. A prototype is a preliminary model of a product on which the user and physical testing processes can be applied to determine the suitability and optimality of the design. Typically, a prototype cycle is iterative. You'll make a prototype, you'll get feedback, you'll change the design, you'll make another prototype, you'll change the design, and so forth. Now, dropshipping, a relatively simple business model where you purchase individual products directly from the product's manufacturer after customers order from your e-commerce store. The manufacturer sends these products directly to your customers. You don't pay for these products up front. You don't handle or store these products. And as a result, your risk is lowered through this, again, relatively simple business model called dropshipping. AliExpress is a Chinese website through which businesses sell products directly to other businesses and to the consumer. It's founded in 1999. AliExpress parent company, Alibaba Group, does more business than eBay and Amazon combined. Although some of the items have long lead time, shipping can be less than 7 days, and the shipping price can oftentimes be built into the price. You've already been to AliExpress, you've explored it, so this is more of just defining it. eBay, it's a global online marketplace. Sellers list items on eBay, a whole variety of products with an auction type listing or a buy it now option for a fixed price. And eBay's fee structure, literally since their founding, has been very complex, and it entails a lot of parameters that you need to nail down to establish the listing fee and the sales fee. Amazon, you've been through Amazon, but it's a US-based company engaged in the provision of online retail shopping services. There's two items that are a component of Amazon in far as how you can sell your products. And one is fulfilled by Amazon, the FBA. The other one is fulfilled by vendor, the FBV. Let's talk about each one of those. The Amazon FBA program supports wholesalers shipping products to Amazon's warehouse, from which Amazon fulfills customer orders, and they take 30% of the selling price. So essentially, you do the marketing, you get sales, you send those through Amazon, and the sales are through Amazon, and the 30% comes off. Now, the fulfilled by vendor is you sell your product through Amazon and fulfill the customer orders yourself. The cost is less than fulfilled by Amazon, but it requires you handling the products. Now, when you publish information, if you write something, you've got to be concerned with rights. So there's product rights. For every information product that you purchase, the author gives you a license, and that license ranges from you can't do anything to it, to you can change it slightly, or you can completely change it and label it as your own. And there's a lot of gradations in between. You just have to check out the license when you get that. Private label rights, and I put this in here because people throw around PLR as well-defined, and it's not well-defined. In fact, there's no standard definition. But what it's intended to is that when you buy something, that you can label it as your own and sell it. But you have to read the license when you buy PLR. Now, resale rights it gives the buyer the right to resell the product to other customers, but restricts customers from reselling it to their customers. So there's a particular type of resale rights. You'll see the RR many times. And then master resale rights, it gives the buyer the right to resell the product to other customers and gives customers the right to resell it to their customers. So these are related to one of the e-commerce platforms called ClickBank, and I want to put the definitions in. They generalize to other platforms, but I want to just be specific to ClickBank, and it's your ClickBank affiliate ID called your account nickname. During sign-up, you choose a unique nickname that is your unique ID for all transactions, and these include affiliate purchases, logins to ClickBank, and payments. And if you lose or forget your password, you need your account nickname to get it back. And my ClickBank nickname is AJ Chaos. So that's just what I've put together. Hoplink is a URL which directs users to a specific vendor's pitch page and informs ClickBank's referral tracking system of the affiliate responsible. We'll go through this in more detail later, but essentially it'll embed the nickname such that if somebody buys after clicking on your hop link, they go to the vendor site, they read it, they go, this is really a cool product, I'm going to buy it. They buy it. ClickBank will, of course, give the vendor some amount of money, what they've set aside, and they will take your affiliate commission and send that to you. And of course, they will keep some for themselves. So the initial payment amount is the clearly indicated amount the customer pays to receive the initial product or products. Some products or services are on a monthly or typically monthly basis, some are on annual basis. But after the initial sale, you have what's called a rebill and a rebill frequency. A customer may be required to pay a rebill amount on the rebill frequency. They might be required to pay $47 per month for a subscription to your SEO service. And it's really important. ClickBank sends out an email notification before the next rebill to alert the customer the rebill is coming. And that's to prevent people from just being charged. They've bought something, they forgot what they bought, yet they continue to be charged. The average dollars per sale, it represents the average dollar value of the sale, including both the initial and rebill payments paid to the affiliate who drives the sale through their hop link. Now, this is one of the parameters that you can search on. You can try to maximize the average dollar per sale, or not. You can, it's one of the parameters that you can evaluate when you're trying to figure out which offers you want to promote. The average rebill total represents the average total dollar of sale, including only the rebill payments that are paid to the affiliate who drives the sale through their hop link. Now, this is oftentimes the front end sale tends to get looked at as just a one-time event, and then you've got to go find another customer. Maximizing average rebill enables you to build a longer-term business. Of course, if you have an upfront plus a rebill, you get the best of both worlds. Now, the average percent per sale is the average affiliate commission percentage, including initial and rebill commissions, and corresponding to rebill, the average percent rebill per rebill represents the average affiliate commission percentage, including only rebill commission for sales made through their hop link. Now, they have multiple product types, the shippable media, and these are physical products that must be packaged and shipped, and they have products that you can download, and then they have what's called Pitch Plus upsell flows, and that's the ability to offer additional products to customers after the initial sale. You can customize the Pitch Plus order form to add your branding and, of course, the products that you want to add. They support different languages, and the billing types. These are one-time payment or recurring billing products that you can separate off. A vendor activation date is vendor accounts that were created before a specified date, after a specified date, or between two dates. This enables you to look at the folks that have been successful over a longer period or any period in time that you want to. Affiliate tools page is it refers to vendor accounts with an affiliate tool page which contains resources that help you drive traffic to your hop link. So essentially they have the product, but then they also have all the resources. These could be emails, these could be web pages, these could be images, all sorts of things. And typically, if you want to promote a product, if it has an affiliate tools page, it's somewhat easier to do than one that doesn't, where you have to create all your resources. Vendor spotlight, it's accounts for vendors that have been highlighted before, and it provides more information about the vendor and their offerings. And does the vendor offer a mobile hop link? And that's very important as more and more purchases are done via mobile. Now, this is a blank page, and that is for you to, as we go through, you can make copies of this page and add more and more definitions to it. So that's been some e-commerce definitions. And we'll see you in the next module.